Okie dokie. In this mission, we are going to take a look at creating pages with SvelteKit. SvelteKit uses a file system-based router. This means that the structure of your project is defined by the structure of your code base, specifically in the source roots folder here. There are two types of roots, pages and endpoints. For this mission, we'll be looking specifically at pages. We will go into endpoints in a later mission. Pages generate the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript needed for the page. By default, pages are rendered on both the client and the server, although this behavior is configurable, and we will be looking at this later. Let's go in and create an about page now. And for this, I'm just going to have a h1 about and a p tag. Save that. And if I hop on over to my terminal and do npm run dev to start the dev server, I will be passing the parameters to specify the port. Again, just for reference, if you do open and -- port, I'm going to be using ports 3333 again. These can be shortened. So in the case of open, it can just be -o. And for port -p. I'm not going to open up a new browser tab though, so I'm just going to go port 3333 and hit enter. Now I'm going to go over to the browser now. Come out of full screen mode, and in the URL bar, just go to about. That's the new page route created for us. Let's go back on over to the text editor in VS Code. Now I'm going to create a basic header component which will allow us to navigate between the about page and the home page. I'm going to create that in the source lib folder, which doesn't exist yet. If we go down to the JS config here, we can see that the lib path has been aliased for us. So this means anything I create in the source folder here under lib, so it could be lib/components. It will be aliased just to lib for us. So in here, I'm going to create a new file and call it lib/header.svelte. And you'll notice the folder was created at the same time as I made the header component here. So in our header, we use a header tag. I'm going to have a nav with an unordered list. I'm going to have a list item for each link. That will just be an a tag. My href. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy this for the about page. Save that. So now I'll be able to import this header component into either of my pages here. But rather than copying and pasting the code between the two, I can create a layout file. The layout file will live in roots. And if we just come out of full screen mode here, put this over to the side along with this one, and close my side panel there, you will notice that there's no content on the about page or the home page here. This is because the layout wraps all of the files on the same level as the layout folder. So this will need a slot. You notice that's come back. So also in my layout file, I'm going to use a script tag. And this means I can import the header component here. I'm going to wrap this in a main. And there's a cool feature of VS Code here where I can specify the component and it'll ask me to auto import, which I'm going to click yes. Close out this component, and then this lib is missing the $sign. If I hit save, I've now got my header component, which allows me to navigate between the pages, and no need to copy the code between all of the different pages. One last thing I'd like to cover is the SvelteKit API. This allows you to add information to the head of your HTML document, like meta tags for SEO purposes. For the case of this mission, I'm just going to add it into the About page here and to the index page. And in here, I'm just going to add a title. And I'm going to repeat that onto the index page here. So now you'll see that the browser tab has updated with the title. If I go to the About page and the index page, get rid of the About there. There we go. So I can navigate between the two now, and the title will update for each page. Okay, that's it for this one. In the next mission, we will be setting up the backend and retrieving some data with GraphQL. See you in the next one. Bye.